The latest NBA rumors have suggested that the Miami Heat will have to include Bam Adebayo in a potential package to land Utah Jazz star Donovan Mitchell. The Heat is looking to add to their depth this offseason and has been linked to Kevin Durant as well. However, their best young asset, Adebayo, will have to be included in packages to make any deal go through for players of Durant and Mitchell's caliber. However, at last, after all the tough situations, Heat decided to keep Bam Adebayo. There are lots of reasons behind that which make Miami move on from Kevin Durant and make a choice for Adebayo. Let's get deep into this, but before going straight to the content, here is the brand new information on the channel, is that 3 lucky winners will get a chance to win PS5. Only you have to comment your views on this trade in the comments section below. Let's start today's topic. Bam Adebayo, 25, has been a franchise cornerstone for the Miami Heat in recent seasons. He has developed his game each year to stand out in a league that has been dominated by big men over the last few seasons. Moving on from a budding perennial all-star center could prove costly for Miami down the road. His improvements as a two-way player are a testament to the work he has put in, so continuing to invest in him would be ideal for the Heat. Kevin Durant and Donovan Mitchell aren't the only players the Miami Heat have shown interest in adding to their roster. They are reportedly interested in multiple quality players, including John Collins, Colin Sexton, Montrezl Harrell, and Gordon Hayward. The Heat have been relatively quiet this offseason, which could be due to their desire to sign Durant and Mitchell. However, if adding Bam Adebayo to a potential deal is the only way out, Miami should look to acquire impact role players who could improve their roster. The Miami Heat finished as the number 1 seed in the stacked Eastern Conference last campaign. They were only one shot away from reaching the NBA Finals, despite dealing with multiple injuries. The Heat may have what it takes to brush aside the disappointment by making minor tweaks to their roster. Their most important requisite is another reliable scorer. They also need a starting caliber power forward following PJ Tucker's departure in free agency. You wouldn't expect him to play like a point center, but that's what he was. He has the ideal skill set that every aspiring big man should strive to acquire. By his 3rd season, he averaged about 16, 10 and 5 and became a critical piece in helping the Heat reach the NBA Finals. However, rumored targets like Collins, Sexton, Hayward, and Harrell will fill out one or both of those roster needs. Collins seems like a solid option at the 4 as a two-way player. He has been keen to play a larger role offensively, which the Heat could offer. Harrell, meanwhile, is a former 6th Man of the Year but was arrested for marijuana trafficking a few months ago. Should he be available, he could be a cheap option for Miami to consider. Harrell is a reliable scoring threat off the bench and could be an excellent backup for Bam Adebayo. In an era of blatant player tampering and open recruiting, Adebayo rocking Beal's jersey was perceived by fans of both the Miami Heat and Washington Wizards as a not-so-subtle attempt to lure the talented shooting guard down south to a franchise that's much closer to winning something of significance. Adebayo explained afterward that it was the first time he'd acknowledged an opponent in such a manner. "It's my first Beal jersey. I'm happy to wear it. It's in his city. It's just the utmost respect for a guy like that," Adebayo said. He entered the NBA as a stable level-headed young man with the sole purpose to work. However, on the basketball floor, there were questions surrounding what kind of player should he be. Remember, Ben was ranked as a top 5 high school recruit back in 2015. And yet his draft stock severely dropped off after his time in college. He fell to the 14th pick. That's because Kentucky coach Calipari straight up told him not to shoot jumpers or run plays like a guard, which were skills that he displayed in high school. It was in Miami where Bam was given the chance to show it. In a matter of a few short years, he went from being the backup center to Hassan Whiteside to an all-star. Immediately after becoming a full-time starter. The truth is, Bam had this in him all along, he just needed the opportunity to play. You could now see everything that made him so special before college, especially the passing and the footwork. Not only was he one of the most athletic players in his class, but his fluidity and graceful movements set him apart from other bigs. Bam did not want to be a stereotype. He didn't want to resort to setting screens and catching lobs. Supposed to notice during practices that Bam would pass and throw more laps to other players than catch them himself. Bam Adebayo has agreed to a 5-year maximum contract extension following the Miami Heat's memorable run to the NBA Finals. Adebayo's new deal could rise to $195 million after his agent Alex Saratzis confirmed the contract to ESPN. Adebayo had the best season of his career after being named an All-Star for the first time, leading Miami to the finals at Walt Disney World Resort. Adebayo, though, was hampered by an injury in the showpiece against the Los Angeles Lakers, who claimed their first championship since 2010 in October. He averaged career highs in points, 15.9, rebounds, 10.2, and assists, 5.1, per game in the last regular season. In the playoffs, Adebayo averaged 17.8 points, 10.3 rebounds, and 4.4 assists for the Heat, who became the fourth team in history seeded fifth or worse to reach the NBA Finals. Following the Houston Rockets, sixth seeds in 1995 and 1981, and New York Knicks, eighth seeds in 1999. He was one of only 3 players, Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard were the others, to start all 6 games at the Olympics for the team coached by Greg Popovich. He was a joy in every way, Popovich said earlier this month of having Adebayo on the Olympic team. Adebayo had 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in the gold medal win over France, a victory in which the Americans avenged a loss to open the Olympics. Heat teammates Goran Dragic and Myers Leonard had already agreed to terms with the Heat earlier in free agency. Adebayo possesses all the required skills to be an NBA All-Star, and for Heat, Adebayo is a backbone. They even can't think to trade him for another superstar. In this trade for Durant, they deny to trade Bam. Moreover, they will find a lower-level player to fill their roster, as obvious they have to for a lower option, otherwise it's not possible. They are all set with Bam to win a championship, and after considering all this they finally decide not to trade their valuable player and keep him with Heat only. So what do you think of this trade? Do let us know in the comments section below and get a chance to win a brand new PS5. If you enjoyed watching the video, do like and share, and yes, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you so much.